folks. Oh, welcome back to the show. You know what show you're listening to. You're listening to Shoot Brothers Wrestling Podcast. Of course you are. You've already clicked on the episode title. You've gotten this far. You've seen the photo. You know exactly what you're listening to. You're listening to myself, Cameron Osborne, and my co-host, Mike the Shoot Shepherd.
The two and only, dropping all them wrestling bombs,
that you need, folks. We have a great show coming up today. We have Raw, we've got SmackDown, we have the most highly anticipated pay-per-view of all time.
For one of us, yeah.
Clash of Champions. You know we got some trivia coming up later on. We got a little Wrestler of the Week, but folks, I think we have to kick off our show. The title belt has been found.
Woo!
That's right. After Mike and I attended a Montana steakhouse, we got a little too tipsy and we left the title belt sitting there on the table, but we have found it again. That is right, yes. Folks. It's about time we crown another Tweet of the Week champion. It's the Tweet of the Week. It's the Tweet of the Week.
Another. What do we got?
Who do we got? Every time I say this.
What do we got? Well, it could be. You never know.
It could be. That's the thing. One day there's going to be a new Tweet of the Week champion.
Yeah. You know how people create accounts for like inanimate objects and stuff?
Yeah, that's a good point.
The title belt could win this championship.
That's a good point. If there was something like that, and
like if the AEW title had its own Twitter, it'd be like, "Hey guys, come find me," when it was.
Hey guys, come find me. Well, the man who lost the AEW championship just lost his Tweet of the Week championship to the now 3-time champion Randy the Ranman Orton.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, folks. We've said it once. We'll say it a million times. Follow this man on shit. It's great.
He's always one of the top contenders every week.
He's always one of the top contenders. Of course, Canadian, I think, not Hall of Famer yet, Lance Storm, comes out there on Monday night and he tweets out real nice things about Baron Corbin. He says, Corbin takes a lot of shit, but that dude always plants guys flat and safe, even when the catch didn't go right. You know, Corbin's a performance center dude. He knows how to do this. Randy Orton is sharing his congratulations, saying, hate to say it, but he's one of the few that get the art. He really is. The next day, though, Randy Orton replied to his own tweet by saying, I'd like to retract the statement because I had been drinking heavily. I also would like to apologize to all of my peers.
What a guy.
There you go, Rand. Sometimes, because Randy Orton's just like us. He likes to he likes his whiskey cold, his car's fast, and his
TV loud.
His TV nice and loud. And he gets up there on Twitter just like the rest of us and says some shit when he's drunk. Randy Orton, the now 3-time Tweet of the Week champ. Let's keep it up, bud.
Yeah. Him and Jericho, they're battling it out for that title.
They're just kind of going back and forth, and of course I'm looking at the compiled list right here. Chris Jericho's 4-time champ, Randy Orton's 3-time champ. Every other Tweet of the Week champion is just a 1-time champ.
Just a one and doneer. So,
Except, Randman did hold the Tweet of the Week tag belt with Will Ospreay one week, so kind of 4-time altogether. I guess Will Ospreay is also a double champ. But we're looking for more of this. We need more champs.
Oh yeah, it's always in contention. If you're on Twitter, you got a shot.
It's always in contention. Speaking of championships that are in contention, the Tweet of the Week championship might as well have been on the line because this past weekend we had Clash of Champions. Review. Clash of Champions live for those of you who don't know what's going on here. So what's happening is that every single championship is on the line.
Yes.
Different,
although WWE.
Although the title to me semi implies that the champions would be going at each other. Like it's because this is a Clash of Championships. It's like the championship, but if Clash of Champions would be like Kofi versus Seth, Becky versus Bailey.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying, but no one else saying that. Mike, of course, you watched the pre-show. I didn't. Mike, what happened?
Yeah, so one funny thing. I mean, Booker T, he's always just
not giving a fuck on it. I still swear that he's smoking up big time before he goes on these things.
He looks like RVD when he came back at that Robert Union. Eyes red.
But, so Booker T's on the panel with David Otunga, and they're going over the accomplishments. They're like, Booker T, 2-time Hall of Famer, 6-time world champion. And then they introduce David Otunga, and he's like, hey guys, I'm a two-time tag champ. Booker T's like, come on, man, don't nobody remember that. And he just started laughing so hard. And then Coach just got sucked in, couldn't stop laughing.
Just picking on people.
But yeah, it was just funny.
Way to go.
Anyways, we got our first title match of the night. Drew Gulak versus Humberto Carrillo versus Lince Dorado for the Cruiserweight title. And it didn't end up being quite as exciting as some of the other Cruiserweight title matches we've seen recently. But Humberto, he was the standout. It's also nice to see Lince Dorado have a match, but eventually Carrillo hits his finisher on Dorado, but Gulak throws him out, steals the pin, retains his title.
We had those great, before a couple of those guys were called up to the main roster, we did have that string of fun 205 Live matches. I think we had Buddy Murphy at Mania, I think, and I think Cedric Alexander was thrown in there too. Guys who have gone on to the main roster to do some cool shit, but not the spotlight we were looking for the 205 Live.
Yeah, not this time.
Not this time around, no.
And then, very surprisingly, the next match on the pre-show was AJ Styles versus Ricochet for the United States Championship. And I don't know. I don't think AJ Styles should ever be on the pre-show.
Yes. Why he was on the pre-show, I'll never know.
Also, this match, they came out. It was like 6:50, so I knew they weren't going to get much time. So it was much too short for my liking, at less than 5 minutes long. They tried to start it hot. Cedric hits a Michinoku driver right away for a near fall, but then AJ just kind of dominates him the rest of the match. Hits a Styles Clash on the floor, but instead of pinning him, he just wants to beat him up more, so he does that. Then he hits the Phenomenal Forearm and another Styles Clash for the win. So they did this great job building Cedric up so well, only to have him lose and not put up much of a great fight in under 5 minutes.
So much momentum in the last few weeks, because and I think when we saw these two dudes, or we hear these two dudes are going to the ring together, it has the makings of something that could be great for 15-20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
It just wasn't that.
Yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully this isn't the end of Cedric's push because it's been going well. But
That's true.
After the match, the OC jump in and beat him down again just to embarrass him because this was his hometown, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Ooh.
So maybe that's
they're not even putting you over in your hometown?
Yeah. Well, that happens another time. Shortly later. But we do go on to the main card. We start right away with the Raw Tag Team Championship match. Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman against Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler.
Now, we kind of figured that the tag match would be first, of course.
Yeah, give them a break to rest for the
for the main event match. But certainly what happens in this match will influence kind of how tired these dudes will be later on.
Yeah, and it pretty much ended up being the match I expected. Eventually, Braun's taken out, so Seth eats a super kick and glorious DDT, allowing Robert Roode to get the pin and win the tag titles for him and Ziggler. And then after the match, Braun's pissed at Seth, but he doesn't attack him. He's just kind of like, oh, fuck.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you blew it.
Fuck.
You blew it. Mm-hmm. But I did hear a good name for the team, Rudolph. Roode and Ziggler.
Ooh, I like
Rudolph.
that.
I can't take credit for it, but...
I like that, but like ROOD.
OLF or PH.
Dolph.
Rudolph.
Yeah, hopefully that'll stick around.
It could stick. Anyways, those are your new champions. So Seth has lost one red strap tonight so far.
Down one to go. We got some women's action coming up next, though.
Yes, we got Bayley versus the other hometown girl, Charlotte, in Charlotte, for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
I don't think Charlotte's her hometown, though.
Well, I
think Atlanta's the hometown.
They say the Queen City too. They switched it up.
Oh, that's a good point. They say that. Yeah.
Sometimes they say Miz is from Cleveland. Sometimes they say he's from Hollywood, depending on if they're in Cleveland or not. But anyways,
so every single other city, Hollywood, when they're in Cleveland's own.
The gimmick is Hollywood, but he's actually from Cleveland, so they play it up.
Right, just like LeBron. There's a lot of similarities between the Miz and LeBron. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, they both left their hometown for
Hollywood.
Anyways, so unlike AJ versus Ricochet, I was happy. I was with this match. It was fine going short because I liked the finish of it. Charlotte, she's in control early on, and then Bayley's down in the corner, and then she sneakily removes the turnbuckle pad, exposing that steel underneath, and then she smashes Charlotte's head into it and gets the pin. So Bayley just grabs her title, runs off like a bandit. So we got full-on heel moves by Bayley. I love it.
See, because I'm still not sold on heel Bayley quite yet.
Sold on what? That she's like on her in the role, or the way she's doing it, or
her in the role.
Yeah.
I feel like she's still, she's still got, it's like when a male wrestler turns heel, like they'll grow a little more facial hair, and you're like, ooh, that was sick. Or Sasha Banks' hair is blue. Nothing really has changed about Bayley, so I think the little things, the turnbuckle thing.
Yeah, I liked it. I like this finish.
It was a great finish. I'd love to see
the way she ran off with the belt, just like, I gotcha.
Love to see a little more attitude out of her, right?
Yeah.
I wonder this too, and when it comes to, I remember we were saying, and of course I think the entire WWE universe were saying for years about heel Sasha, and I just wonder, like, there has to be somebody in a boardroom somewhere. So picture this, Mike, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
So you have a little girl in the Bayley Hugger shirt. She's wearing the Bayley Hugger bandana, like the head strap.
Yeah.
She's got the sign that says, like, I love you. This little girl is Bayley for Halloween. She's got a little mini inflatable arm flailing tube man. Just a little mini one, like one that sits on your desk or something, right?
Like this, little tiny desk
this
fan.
girl idolizes her, looks up to her. And then finally SmackDown comes to her town. She's there, and it's the day that Bayley turns heel.
Yeah.
What do you do to, like, a little girl that's like, do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, a little girl,
from my perspective,
crying because, her favorite character's shitty now, is doing shitty stuff.
That means Bayley did a good job.
I also think that means a good job. I just hope that there's not somebody in a boardroom banking on children crying. The kids are going to hate it.
It's good to make kids cry.
It's good to make kids cry sometimes. Okay, sometimes. Good. As long as it's their personal heroes.
It's just entertainment.
Going against everything.
No, see, for me, when I was a kid, I would follow my superstar. If he turned heel, I'm like, I'm with you. I'm riding this. I hated Stone Cold Steve Austin because he beat Shawn Michaels, he beat Kane, he beat all my favorites.
You're like, man, fuck Stone Cold, man.
Yeah, I hated Stone Cold when like 95% of people loved him. But now that I'm older, I appreciate everything he did.
I'm just picturing, like, she's got the Bayley posters on her wall. She's ripping them down. How could you do that to Sasha?
Well, I mean, she still had the inflatables and stuff. She's just
exactly right. It's like we're heel, but like we're heel light. Yeah. She's wearing darker clothes, and she just has like this don't give a fuck attitude, but she's still like, look at me, I'm Bayley. So
yeah. She did hug a couple people. She still did hug like 2 people on the way down.
She should be giving middle fingers to these fucking kids, like, fuck you.
No, she's like, hey,
the opposite
you guys
of the
supported me. You supported me through this dark turn, so thank you.
The opposite of the hug, just big fuck you, man. Fuck you, little kid. Little kid. There's some storytelling for you. Just middle fingers in the eyes of the little children. Let's move on to some tag action coming up next.
Yes, we got second of 3.
The second of 3. We have the New Day. We have the Revival. The SmackDown Tag Team Championships, which I completely forgot were held by the New Day until this came up.
Yeah, they've been ever since Bryan and Rowan lost them. They've kind of been
floundering a little bit.
Yeah.
I think I definitely I clicked through some of this match. I don't think I watched it in entirety.
No, I mean, the match, it was all right. It was fine, but the Revival spend most of the time working over Xavier's knee. That was the story. So they take out Big E with a shatter machine outside the ring, and then they hit Xavier with a shatter machine, but they don't pin him. They rip off his knee brace, and they beat him down some more before they lock in the reverse figure 4 and force him to tap out. So the Revival are the new tag champs.
I think this is their first SmackDown tag reign, right?
Probably, yeah.
Making them. So now I guess they have had at one point held all 3 of the tag belts within the universe. NXT, Raw, SmackDown.
Yeah. Everything except for the UK ones.
Has anyone else done that? Has anyone else held Raw, SmackDown, and the NXT that you know of?
Off the top of my head, I can't think of it. Because
Did the Wyatt family or anything have it in NXT at all? No.
No, they never had the. They didn't. They weren't in NXT for too long.
Oh, okay.
Check the Shield.
Okay.
But
yeah, I don't know. Just curious.
all right.
Just curious.
yeah, moving right along here, we got the final tag match of the night, the Women's Tag Team Championship: Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus Fire and Desire. Of course, I don't have to tell you that those fuck me eyes were in full effect.
They were not, and I watched this entire.
There were some naughty smiles.
Mike, I watched the entire.
The camera even had to cut away. The camera had to cut away.
I don't think it had to cut.
They cut to a long shot, so like this is too spicy. They didn't even turn on that lens effect. It just naturally the camera started blurring.
Vaseline naturally happened in the world around them. It was just too. It was too steamy.
Anyway,
I was looking for it, Mike. The shoot meter, as we know, is flying all over the place on this one, and I'm keeping my eyes. I'm keeping my eyes
storyline.
peeled.
It'll never until it's over. It's not over yet.
Okay,
but we do get a match.
Never say never.
We do get the match here, and during it, Nikki at one point she did some hip swivels to mock Fire and Desire.
That was pretty funny. She was making me laugh in
I
this
was loving
match.
it.
Yeah,
she's good.
She was great. She was great. She was making me match or making me laugh. You know, I think I certainly didn't like the angle they tried to build last week, just with the like I'm hot, you're not.
Yeah, that was stupid.
I think that was in poor taste, and having Nikki Cross just doing the like look at me, I'm hot look. I was hell yeah,
the
girl.
crowd was loving it. They were like, "Oh
yes,
go,
you
Nikki,
are."
Go.
Everyone thought it was a good time.
Yeah, but then during the match, Truth comes running out with the gaggle chasing him. I guess right before the match, they did a promo. He was holding the boom mic, and then Alexa snitched him out.
Yeah, that one was pretty funny. That one was
yeah. So he comes running out. The gaggle's there. Truth gets in the ring, but all the refs are blocking everyone else from coming in. So he's laughing. He's taunting them. When Alexa Bliss sneaks up behind, rolls him up for a 2 count. So the 24/7 title has been successfully defended on the show, meaning we did get every title.
That's a good point.
I also like that Alexa got in there. She's like one of the most prolific wrestlers to try for it so far, you know? She's not like involved in this gaggle.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think anyone else who's like more than something.
Yeah, like Owens had the chance. He didn't even go for it. He like beat up Elias and just walked away.
Just fucking walked
other
away.
People can't. But anyway, so the gaggle, they do their thing. And then Fire and Desire hit their awesome looking finisher, that C-trigger leg sweep combo onto Alexa. But Nikki breaks up the pin. And then eventually Nikki hits her hanging, swinging neck breaker on Mandy Rose for the win. So they continue to look strong. Bliss Cross, those tag titles.
Yeah,
they've gone from they've definitely become the most entertaining tag team championship of the last month or two. The other titles haven't meant shit. They're on SmackDown.
Yeah, and of course in that way, like bringing this one back too, right? Because Mike, I hate to say it, but the Iconics, you know, maybe maybe it didn't work as well as they thought it would. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Through more fault of the just not even booking them on the show. They didn't even really try very hard. Because every time they showed up, I was happy. I was having a great time.
You know, but these are
3 weeks without them.
And also, like, don't count out Alexa Bliss, right? Like, she's been here for a long time. She's held many championships now.
She's awesome.
She's great at it. She's great at it.
Her and this teamwork is just awesome. They love it. They coordinate their dressing. They're kind of right in the middle too. They're not heels. They're not baby faces. They can kind of face anyone.
I like that. They're little tweeners.
Yeah, and it turns out Alexa Bliss was right about Bayley this whole time.
She was. That's a good point.
So she's not even. That wasn't even a heel move. Bayley was a bad person.
Bayley was a bad person. We knew it. We got some more. Oh my God, Mike! We got more championship matches coming out. We have next up Intercontinental Championship match. We have the Miz. We have Shinsuke Nakamura defending against the Miz, and of course, despite that neck injury by the hands of the Undertaker, Sami Zayn comes out.
Yeah, he's got his little neck brace on. He's here to narrate the match. I thought it was pretty funny.
See, I don't like it. I like it. I don't think it works. Remember when they were trying to do this with Leo Rush and Bobby Lashley?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they did cut off his mic after a minute or two.
Like, I wonder when he did that. When they did that, I was to myself. I was kind of like, oh, I hope somebody was like, no, it's not working. Cut him. And I was like,
thought it was
thank God
funny.
that person.
The Miz is the king of soft style. And
yeah,
like
yeah. There's a couple good lines.
There's a couple funny lines. But
a couple good.
It would have gotten old pretty fast. But he's still out there. He's trying to get involved, causing shenanigans. Miz hits a skull-crushing finale at one point, but Sammy distracts the ref. So this causes Miz to focus on Zayn, which allows Nakamura to hit the Kinshasa to retain his title.
Yeah, there we have it. Not much chemistry. You know, I like that little hanging rope suplex thing that he does.
Yeah.
But hopefully, you know, with Sam, you know, like we said a couple weeks ago, let's start building. If the Miz, or sorry, if Shinsuke is gonna come back into prominence.
If they're even, we got a draft coming up. They could split these guys up against their will.
They might just. They may just.
We don't know.
Got some women's action coming up next, though.
Yes, one of my most anticipated matches of the night.
Anticipated match of the night. Becky Lynch
Rock,
defending against Sasha Banks.
The boss.
The boss. The boss. Hey, I'm the boss. Yeah, definitely. I think this match had the most heat behind it. I think, and I think the crowd was as into this one more than maybe everything else.
Yeah, I liked it. I know it was a bit of it was kind of like two matches in one here, but I like the wrestling I saw. They've never had a big feud on the main roster. They had some NXT shit, but this is still pretty fresh. Yeah, just lots of good back and forth wrestling. They're both trying to lock in their submissions. Sasha hits a big meteor off the top rope, which looked good for a near fall. And then Sasha later channels her Eddie Guerrero, pulling the old trick where she grabs one chair, slides it into the ring, and then while the ref goes to grab that, she grabs another one and hits Becky behind the ref's back. Then she hits a Shining Wizard for a big near fall. Crowd was super hot for this. But then now Sasha starts getting frustrated, so she goes back for the chair. The ref stops her, and then Becky gets a hold of the chair, swings at Sasha, but she ducks out of the way, and the ref's taken out. So now anything goes. Becky nails Sasha with the chair. The two of them fight outside the ring, into the crowd, up the stairs. Sasha gets her face slammed into the staircase at one point or something. I saw some of there was very minimal security for how they usually do this. Like, the people were right up in there.
Yeah, you can always tell when the security's there, but you couldn't this time.
Yeah, they fight all the way. They fight back up and down into the ring. Sasha got some mustard sprayed on her at one point, I think. But eventually they're back in the ring. Becky's beating Sasha with the chair. She locks in the disarmer with her arm locked around the chair. And then a bunch of officials finally come out to separate them. And then we find out the match actually ended 10 minutes ago because of the DQ when Becky hit the ref. So
that was all just fun.
Yeah, that was all just fun. But the crowd loved it. It was still fun. So, but the feud will continue.
Yeah, we're not done yet. We're not done yet there.
Yeah. But what we are, I think we're done with, is Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship.
WWE Championship. We saw the double countout. I think it was the double countout finish at SummerSlam when you and I were there.
Yeah. So, and at SummerSlam, there was a mixed response for Kofi, but here it seemed even more like Kofi Mania is kind of dead now. Like, there was, I don't know.
Yeah.
And maybe it was just this crowd, but like, he came out, the entrance seemed very flat. He was throwing pancakes. Nobody cared. There was boos for him during his introduction.
He's always booked like smart.
Yeah.
He's booked like a smart champion, right? So every time he comes out for these matches, he always gets these decisive wins, but I think just the momentum is just so slowed down right now that
like he hasn't evolved much as a champion. He's still, but
he has not. So
and the crowd, I think, the crowd I felt was more pro Randy in this one. They wanted to see him win the title here.
They wanted to see him, Tweet of the Week champ. What can I say? But of course, Randy Orton does not win the championship. Kofi Kingston wins after Randy Orton goes for the punt at the end.
Yeah, we haven't seen that one.
Oh my! When he,
I was ready to see it. Like, oh shit!
When he lined that up, and boy, I kind of stood up a bit. Of course, Kofi ducks out at the very end, gets the Trouble in Paradise, and retains. It was like a good back and forth match, but I think we were expecting Randy Orton to win.
Yeah, I mean, at least we got a better finish than SummerSlam, but I think the Kofi's reign, I think, is nearing the end. It needs to. Been fun.
I also think it's near the end.
Yeah, and we'll see on SmackDown what happens, which makes me feel. But this seems to be the end of the feud for them, for Orton and Kofi. So, it wasn't. I mean, the promos were more. I think the promos and the build was better than the matches ended up being. But it was all right.
It was just all right. It's just all right. We have one non-title match here on the show because what would a pay-per-view be without Roman Reigns? That's just silly, people. So we have a no DQ match between Roman Reigns and Eric Rowan, the proven man who has attacked him twice now, the mastermind behind the attacks.
Yeah. So you got your no DQ, you got your steel stairs.
They're brawling. They're inside. They're outside.
Yeah, up and down, the top of the ramp.
Superman punches.
The camera crane was brought down again, used as a weapon. And
Tape.
then Roman just pulls his pipe out of nowhere.
It was just like hanging there. Like some tech, it's like some crew
like they
tech.
tried to make it look like part of the set, but it was just, I don't know.
It was just too much there. Because what's funny is like they could pull out one of those lights.
Yeah, they could have done anything, but
that involved disconnecting power. You got to disconnect DMX, and the next thing you know, the rest of the lights in the chain wouldn't work.
It was kind of funny too when they released the camera crane. The crane just like retreated into the air, like let go of me.
The moment when they were like, so they're brawling at like in the crowd, and they're going right past the tech booth, and they're going right past the audio console.
Oh yeah, they
honestly,
were bumping that thing too.
Like this, I was during that whole section when they're walking
just
through.
Anxiety.
I was so nervous for those people working there. Some dude standing behind the sound desk, and I'm thinking to myself like, I know exactly what's going on through this guy's head, or like I don't even. I hate when it's like when there's a guest too close to my console, but in this case, it's like two people wrestling.
Fighting.
This guy's just like, oh my god, if Dante gets disconnected, we're fucked. Like that's what he's thinking in his head. This guy right now. Love it. I love it.
Eventually.
It's a no DQ match, right? So there's no disqualifications. I think Eric Rowan is looking a bit down and out. Roman Reigns goes for the Superman punch, but he gets booted in the face.
Woo!
Boot in the
Who
face.
was that man?
By another large, muscular, bearded man, turns around to be former IC champion.
Yes.
Luke Harper. Luke Harper.
He's back.
Luke Harper.
After all this time.
Gives him a big boot, throws Roman back in the ring. Eric Rowan pins him, gets the one, or I think he iron claws him, gets the 1, 2, 3. And there we have it.
Yeah, after, he requested his release. He's been gone a long time, but I missed him. Luke Harper, he's finally back.
Luke Harper's back. This match was pretty long, I thought, for what it was. And Daniel Bryan wasn't there. I just kind of pictured Daniel Bryan showing up in some capacity.
It seems like they really have exonerated Daniel Bryan. They're going with, I guess, Luke Harper was his accomplice because they showed the video and Rowan sneaks off, but someone still had to. I don't know. He had to have a partner in crime.
Exactly, and they look similar enough that maybe remember the guy who looked like Rowan? Maybe Daniel Bryan saw that guy and he thought it was that guy, but that guy's actually just like a janitor. And
he didn't know what the hell was going on. He just got kidnapped and he was scared.
It was actually Harper. We like both these guys. We like both these guys.
Yeah. No, Luke Harper. He's always been a very underutilized wrestler.
Of course.
He looked like he slimmed down a tiny bit here, a little bit. But, no, looks good. Good to see him back. Yeah, Rowan, big win for Rowan, though, beating Roman Reigns, even though if it wasn't, it's no DQ, so it's a clean win, right?
I think so. I think according to the rules.
I mean, he had some help, but it was within the rules, so Rowan wins. He beats Roman Reigns. Big win. Wow,
so if The Rock beat Rowan and Rowan beats Roman, does that mean that The Rock... Never mind.
Well, The Rock and Roman Reigns still have yet to fight.
Exactly.
So I mean, that's always been a rumored mega match. I think of the Samoan versus Samoan. Yeah,
maybe they build the story around some kind of like poor acting performance in Fast and Furious 9. And then one was like, man, you messed up my scene in that movie. Yeah. And the other one's like, what'd you
Cena
say?
In it now, too?
Suicide Squad.
No, isn't Cena in like the next Fast and Furious as well, I think?
Oh, yeah. The Fast and Furious, Suicide Squad they just announced a couple days ago. Yeah, Fast and Furious 9, so with Vin. But I don't think The Rock and Jason Statham are in that one. I think that's back to Fast and Furious
just
Squad.
A one and done?
Yeah, Roman was in The Rock's family back in Hawaii.
Jake and Hobbs or whatever it was?
Yeah, Shaw. Like Hobbs and Shaw. Hobbs and Shaw.
Jake.
But Fast 9 will be back to our, Vin Diesel. It's John Cena. Okay. We got Ludacris.
I don't know now. Oh, he's back?
Of course. He's a key part of the franchise.
I didn't know he was. I thought he was just in the second one.
Along with Tyrese.
I've only seen like 3 of them.
And that's the thing, right? They start getting incredible at 5. 5 is where the franchise...
Was that when they just called it Fast and Furious again?
No, that was 4. That was 4. Fast 5 is Fast 5, yeah.
The one that was just Fast and the Furious, that's the last one I remember seeing like in a theater.
That was the last one where... that was the last one where it was just driving fast cars. Fast 5...
There was some like crazy shit like secret caverns and mountains and shit.
Yeah, Fast 5 is where it's like, okay, now there's guns, and then
it becomes like an action movie.
It becomes an action movie. Then Fast 6 is now like you're working with the government now. Like that's where it really took that turn.
Has to evolve. They can't just keep racing.
I mean, Vin Diesel has now saved the world like 7 times. You know the plot of the first Fast and Furious movie there, Mike?
The very first
Fast
street racing?
The very first Fast and Furious. No, it wasn't, in fact. Paul Walker is an undercover cop set to take down Vin Diesel and his crew because Vin Diesel's crew are stealing truckloads full of DVD VCR combo packs. Remember those things?
Yes.
So
then
obviously
he goes all. It's like Point Break.
So
he
exactly.
becomes buddies.
Well, obviously the fast cars, the street racing is needed so you can catch these trucks, so you can steal the DVD VCR combo players. Like remember all
Ja
this.
Rule.
That's
Ja Rule was in the first one, right?
Ja? No.
I think he was in it for like a scene, and then he gets beat, and he's like, "No!"
Okay, that's good. That's not a bad Ja Rule impression, actually. I'll give that to you. You're saying one word, and it was pretty damn good.
I swear he was in a scene. I swear.
He could be. Let us know, folks. Let us know if Ja Rule is in the film Fast and Furious. Mike,
all right.
We have one more match to cover
talk.
on this championship clash. Two men who were not in the Fast and Furious franchise, but very very well could be one day. Let's not rule it out.
Yeah, Strowman's a big man. The Great Khali, the Big Show, they were in a couple films.
A couple films that could work. We have Seth Rollins. We have Braun Strowman. Seth Rollins defending his Universal Championship against the monster among men who's getting these hands. What people need to stop pretending like get these hands means something.
Well, what do you mean? It means he's going to get these hands. He's going to wrap them around you.
I'm pretty sure though, like I just want to like say like it's in terms of like the structure of a sentence. I don't think "get these hands" is enough to like describe exactly what's happening. I'm just saying he says it so much like we all get it, and we're all like, "Get these hands, what, Braun?"
I get it.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, anyway, they tried to start this match off like the Seth and Brock match with a bang. Rollins goes out right out the gate. He hits a super kick, a curb stomp, but Braun kicks out like at 1 or something.
Yeah, it was right away.
Yeah, he's going nuts here. And then at one point, Strowman climbs the top rope. It was a little shaky up there, but he hits a huge splash off the top. His form looked good on the way down.
No, it's great. I was worried those ropes weren't going to be able to support him. I'll be honest.
Yeah, it was, but it was great. But then when he lands, he hurts his knee. He starts selling that in the process, so that becomes a story of the match. But then he kicks out. Seth hits some more curb stomps. He keeps kicking out, but that knee's giving him trouble. He picks up Seth, goes for the power slam, but he collapses. So this allows Seth to hit a pedigree.
Woo!
And then a 4th or 5th curb stomp. I lost count.
I lost count eventually, yeah.
But eventually, and then he gets the pin on Braun. So, yeah, it was a pretty solid match. Not as good as the Brock Lesnar match, but this might have been Braun's best singles match.
Yeah, Braun looked unbeatable,
Yeah, he looked good here, but now he has lost 6 straight Universal title shots that he's had. So.
I was just wondering how many he's had.
They never push. He never goes all the way over.
Yeah.
They get him close, but so I don't know.
We're in the midst of that, or no, this is where the push starts to cool off for a bit, but it's gonna heat up again so he can eliminate everybody at Survivor Series, and then eliminate everybody at the Royal Rumble, and then it's gonna cool off again before Mania. It's like the seasons.
Yeah.
As we leave summer into fall.
Yeah.
Winter.
So, Seth Rollins, he wins the match. He's celebrating. He's at the top of the ramp. The copyright logo pops up on the bottom, so
it's
the
done.
show's over.
The show is over.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. So the show's over, but then the lights go out. So everyone knows, we all know what this is. It's the
immediately as soon as the lights started.
Huge pop.
The biggest pop of the night.
Yeah.
Biggest pop of the night.
I love it. I love how they put the logo up there. That's they tricked us all.
They tricked us all. And
so
then the screeching.
Yeah. Just the evil music of his.
And those 2 dudes with the lights. That was the best part at SummerSlam. The guys with the lights who have to move them manually.
Yeah. And I remember when you saw before the match had ended, you're like, hey, what are they doing over there? But they were setting up the light.
they were setting up the light. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck's that? What the fuck's that?
Yeah. So he shows up, hits that Sister Abigail, locks in the mandible claw, And that's the closing of the show because they only have 3 weeks to build to Hell in a Cell.
Wow. And that point is when I texted you. You know what? I was just having a good morning watching the show.
That was a good.
I was drinking my coffee. I enjoyed a couple matches, and then when that happened, I just like stood up on the couch. Like I love this fucking Fiend, dude.
Yeah, the Fiend is amazing,
and I'm not ashamed to admit it. My name is Cameron.
Amazing.
I love the Fiend.
That's the thing. Like they're in a tricky position here because everyone, like the Fiend, is going to get cheered over Seth Rollins in this match, and you can't have the Fiend lose.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So, yeah.
But see, and it's like, and I can just, and this Fiend character is going to win. Has to win.
Yeah, I hope so. He has to win. I don't want a bullshit. We can't have some bullshit finish where neither man loses.
I don't think the Fiend loses until he loses to the Demon Finn Balor.
Yeah, that's potential. Yeah.
Whenever the hell that happens.
That's a Mania.
Obviously that's a WrestleMania match.
Like the Demon. If we just don't see Finn Balor at all till the Royal Rumble, when the Demon returns and wins the Rumble,
Demon returns, wins the Rumble. We can keep the belt on the Fiend from Hell in a Cell until fucking April.
Yeah, that's a good long healthy reign. There you go.
Isn't it crazy right now that the entire Wyatt family is back in sort of these weird positions now, right? Like Eric Rowan is talking in interviews.
Yeah.
And Luke Harper is back. Braun Strowman is having championship bouts, and Bray Wyatt is the hottest thing in the company right now.
Yeah, maybe in the world of wrestling.
What?
I said maybe in the world of wrestling.
Oh, okay. Hottest thing in the world of wrestling. Yeah, at least, possibly. Outside of AEW's television premiere, I can't think of something happening around the world right now, like, bigger than The Fiend.
Yeah.
Oh, well, other than, politics and stuff, like larger stories, actual shit,
Yeah, the Amazon might.
The Amazon is on fire, but the Fiend is the biggest thing we're talking about.
But the Fiend is hotter. He's hotter than the Amazon.
The Fiend is hotter than that Amazon fire.
Yeah.
It really is. And folks, that was Clash of Champs.
Yeah, that was your championship. Every single belt. We did end up getting that.
We did end up getting every single championship, so that's something that's great.
I was happy. A couple title changes, a couple stays the sames.
Stasies the samesies.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Mike, I'd suggest how about we take a break now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's take a break, folks. We're going to come back. When we come back from the break, we've got trivia. We've got Monday Night Raw. We've got SmackDown. We've got a Wrestler of the Week. So you're going to want to stick around.
Let's shoot. Yeah, let's shoot. Yeah, let's shoot. Brother, yeah, let's shoot. Yeah, let's shoot. Yeah, let's shoot. Brother, yeah.
We're back, folks. We're back. Good break.
Yeah.
Nice break we just took there, Mike. Wouldn't you say?
Yes. Oh yeah, and you folks at home, it's nice to take a break once in a while.
Give your ears a break. Why not?
Yeah, you could even start the show over from the beginning. Listen to it again.
in case you didn't catch something specifically, you could always do that, folks. It's the second half for our show. You know how we always like to kick off the second half of our show with a little bit of trivia. Trivia. Woo! Trivia. Sometimes a lot, sometimes a little. Mine's a little bit little this week. I have 3 questions for you, Mike.
I got 5.
You got 5. Okay, let's do the old sandwich.
Yes. All right.
The old triple decker.
Yeah, like a Big Mac kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of.
So I got one standalone question, and then the other 4 kind of like themed. But
okay, great. Be the bread.
First one.
Be the bread to this Big Mac. I'll be the patties.
Right off the bat, Clash of Champions. We just saw that this week. But that pay-per-view used to have a different name. Do you know what it was?
Okay, can you say that again? So
the Clash of Champions, it was the same pay-per-view, like same theme. Every title was defended, but it had a different name.
I guess I'm just going to say Night of Champions.
That is correct.
Hey.
Yeah, so a very slight difference. But
very, very slight difference.
Yeah.
It was before my time, I think. I know it had that Seth Rollins Sting match, right?
Or there might have been Night of Champions,
I think there was one.
But yeah, it was. They did it for a few years.
Yeah, that's what sticks out in my noodle. Okay, Mike, I got a couple of questions for you. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so of course we're winding down towards or the end of our final SmackDowns on Tuesdays.
Yes.
The Blue Brand is of course moving over to Friday. I think they said October 7th or something like that.
It's the same week that AEW debuts.
No, what are the fucking odds?
Oh, that's a big week. That's also the same week that Hell in a Cell takes place.
My God damn it, Jesus!
And the Toronto Maple Leafs start their regular season of hockey.
Okay, well,
NXT will be weekly.
In terms of show production, Mike. Okay, because Mike. Now we're at the point where we now need to figure out how we're doing the show. Okay, that's
format.
The
whole format. Now that SmackDown's
folks,
on Fridays.
Folks, let's know what you want the format to be.
Yeah, what day of the week works for you guys?
We're gonna have to figure this whole thing out. But Mike, my questions all revolve around that very first SmackDown Live on Tuesday night.
Okay.
The one that, of course, was a part of and followed the night prior, the 2016 supplemental draft. That was when SmackDown's moved over to Tuesday Live.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so my questions are going to all involve that.
Yes.
We're gonna start off with one. Here we go, Mike. There was a championship match that night. Any idea what it was?
Yes, it was Dean Ambrose defending against Seth Rollins for the WWE title.
That is correct. And Dean defeated Seth to retain. And we never saw Seth Rollins on SmackDown again.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, or at least then. There you go. That was one. If you want to,
right.
We'll go back and forth now.
Alrighty, so now we move over to the theme of why is it called that? Or why is it called that? Or why is it called that? Yeah, anyways.
Okay, yeah. Do I get to choose which inflection I choose to answer?
Yeah, however you prefer.
Why?
So, yeah, you may know, you may not. Some are simple, some are maybe simple. I don't know. Anyways, first one. Ricochet's finisher, the 630.
Okay.
Why is it called that?
Why is it called that? Why is it called that? I'm gonna say that from the jumping off point, there's 630 degrees of rotation.
That is correct.
Ooh.
Yes, he does because a 720 would mean he'd land right on his feet, and that would hurt the stomp. So, yeah, it's like anyways, you got it correct. The amount of rotation.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay. Next question from me.
Another one for you?
Another one.
Oh, okay. It's very similar to the first one. Rey Mysterio's finisher, the 619. Why is it called that?
Hey, why is it called that? I'm gonna say 619's totally an area code. I'm gonna guess. I know he's from California. I imagine it's not an area. It has nothing to do with like Mexican specific, like Mexico. I'm gonna say it's an area code in Southern California somewhere.
Yes, it is an area code in San Diego, where he grew up.
Saint Diego.
San Diego.
Yeah,
the 619. All right, throw one.
Okay, Mike, here we go. Back on that beautiful July 19th, 2016 SmackDown. Mm-hmm. On that beautiful summer eve, we did have two very popular tag teams going at it from each brand. Okay, I'm gonna throw out a bunch of tag names, and I'm gonna throw out tag names, and you're gonna tell me who was involved in the scuffle. Okay, so I'm not gonna say, which brand specifically. We're just gonna have to go for it, okay?
Okay.
But I'm gonna give you hypothetical matches, and you're gonna have to tell me which one happened.
Okay.
Does that make sense? I explained that so poorly. I'm so sorry.
You took a long way around.
I'm so sorry. I did. So first off, was it a match between the Golden Truth and the Ascension? We could have had the New Day and the Wyatt family. Or did we have Enzo and Cass against American Alpha?
I think it's either the first or the third. Who was the opponent of the Golden Truth?
Let me see here. What did I write down? We had Golden Truth Ascension.
Yeah. I'll go with Enzo and Cass versus American Alpha.
New Day and the Wyatt family went at it. Big. It's a big show. You need big teams. Of course, New Day was on Raw.
Yeah.
The Wyatt family eventually gets taken over SmackDown. I think that's how they figured it out. Yeah.
All right. So now, why is it called that?
Mm-hmm.
The squared circle.
Well, a wrestling ring is square, so I think there's an element of that. So they're talking about the ring being squared. Now the circle element, like I don't like maybe circles like a I can picture like a sumo wrestlers, they're in a circle, or I bet I bet like if you're Olympic wrestling, it's a circle, and then they've added the square element of the boxing. So that is my answer.
Well, the word is in your head. It is a wrestling ring. A ring is circular. But this is the squared circle.
Okay.
As you see, yes.
So it doesn't explicitly have something to do with like Olympic wrestling being in a circle.
I think it's just ring. Ring is circular. And I mean that is technically true as well. An Olympic ring is circular, and a sumo ring. And
okay.
Anyways, this is the squared circle.
Maybe not explicitly true. That's a good one.
But, all right. Final one for you here.
Okay.
Why is it called the RKO?
Randall Keith Orton.
That's right.
Oh, come on.
People think I know. I ended with the easy one. Some people think it's the Randy knockout. I thought you might be.
That's a little. That's. I do. That's not as good as just naming it after your fucking self. Oh, like, hey, we need a name for your finisher. What do you want it to be? And I just picture him sitting in a room vaping and being like, "Fucking Randall Keith Orton."
Yeah. But some bands, they end with their most well-known song. So
exactly, just like Randy Orton always ends his matches with the RKO, the Randy knockout.
Right.
So the other week when we were watching All Out, when I was at work with some buddies, and one of the guys, it wasn't until we were watching did I slowly decipher that he used to watch wrestling.
Yeah.
But he didn't come out with it right away. I had to dig in there because somebody just kind of brought somebody up on his shoulders as if John Cena was going for the AA, and he called it the FU. And I was like, you know exactly what I'm talking about, dude. It's not called that anymore, but you're so close. So close.
But he outed himself.
He outed himself. It was like the FU. I'm like, you motherfucker. Okay, Mike, I got one more question for you, too. Back on that glorious summer night, that first SmackDown Live. I'm looking for the name. I'm looking for somebody's name. Which WWE Hall of Famer, who is also a former WWF World and Tag Team Champion, made his appearance alongside his buddy Darren Young in a match against The Miz and Rusev.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, they buddied him up with a legend for a little bit. You said former tag and world champion?
He had the man we're looking for. Sorry, I shouldn't have said man. The person who we're looking for has both won the world championship and the tag championship.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, I think it's Bob Backlund.
Bob Backlund. Yeah, you got it.
I don't remember who he won the tag titles with. I remember him.
He won the tag title with Pedro Morales.
Morales. Oh yeah. So that was in the 70s.
Yeah. The two of them, both Darren Young and Bob Backlund, were both drafted to Raw together.
Yeah, he was the manager for a little. I kind of forgot about that angle.
Yeah, thanks. But see, I knew you would. I knew you'd remember.
Yeah.
I knew you'd remember.
It's in there.
It's in there
I just
somewhere.
Don't think about it. I would never have thought about it on my own, but it's fun to reminisce.
There you go. There you have it, folks. There's a trivia.
All right.
It's time to move on from trivia. The fun is over because Monday Night Raw.
Well,
The fun.
there might have been some fun.
The fun is over because Monday Night Raw is about to start. So now is where the homework gets going. Of course, we're going to kick off the show. We're live. Who the fuck knows where we are? But Seth Rollins is kicking off the show because he won the championship just the night before.
The Braun Slayer.
The Braun Slayer.
I'll let him have it.
Is that on a shirt yet?
Not yet.
Okay, great.
But maybe that's too specific.
However, when he's in the midst of his "Yo, what's up? I beat Braun," we get a special.
But he was still sad. He's like, I'm not happy about losing those Raw tag titles. But,
of course.
We lost as a team. It's not my fault.
Of course. But of course, what we do get is our first live interacted Firefly Funhouse, which just kind of suddenly pops up.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt's interrupting the Beast Slayer. As soon as he started talking about the Fiend, Seth Rollins made one little line, and then Firefly Funhouse comes out, and Bray Wyatt was trying to warn Seth Rollins that I want to be your friend, but the Fiend has not forgotten.
Yeah. And Ramblin' Rabbit pops up. He's like, "Hey man, run away! You don't know what you're doing." But Bray says that Seth has made mistakes, but friends forgive, but he never forgets. And
The Fiend never forgets.
Yeah, so see you in hell.
Bye. You know what?
Yeah,
this is exactly what we wanted them to do, and that's kind of what we saw all the weeks building up. Like, they just put a rocket up Bray Wyatt's ass.
Yeah, and we're with it. It's not a four.
Straight to the main event title. And we're saying this like right now. We want to see him win in a month.
Yeah, I want to see this motherfucker win.
We've seen this guy on television twice. Well, once in person, once on television.
Yeah,
and
he's had like one real match, and it was 3 minutes long. And
we already want him to win the fucking title. Like, how are they doing this?
He's like the new Goldberg, but like super cool, crazy.
But for that
we just want to,
hipster
If he
audience.
beats Seth in 5 minutes, people will go nuts.
Oh, I'd go nuts. Oh, if he squashes Seth Rollins, even if it's the only match in the cage that night, worth it.
Yeah,
worth it. Do not.
And then his influence carried over because then they show some graphics for the next couple matches, and it's all upside down. That
was pretty cool.
The first slide, I'm like, oh, is that a mistake? And then they addressed it like, oh,
Renee is like, has this been upside down the whole time? Like, whoa, wait a minute.
So then Braun, he comes in power walking backstage, and then Charlie asks him what's going on, and he says whoever steps in that ring next is gonna get these hands.
I don't know where they're gonna get him, but apparently they're just gonna get him, and I think we're getting a tag thing coming up, Zach.
Yeah, it was like a tag team celebration. So,
Summit.
The Revival and Rudolph, they come out. They all got the new belts with them. So Robert Roode, he's the one that gets to cut a promo, putting them all over. And then Braun interrupts. He beats most of them up, but Roode's able to escape unharmed because he has a match later tonight.
Yeah, which is good. Good thing he was able to run away.
Yeah. Another good thing is a real match for the Viking Raiders. They're teaming up with Cedric Alexander to take on the OC. So fun little match. Good to see, like I said, the Viking Raiders with some real opponents.
One of those guys did some big old front flip off the top rope.
Yeah,
Ivar that was.
And he landed on the crowd, and some of them didn't catch him that well. He hit pretty hard on the floor.
He's a pretty big dude. It must be hard to catch him.
Yeah, but he does that, takes everyone out, which leaves Cedric and AJ alone in the ring. Cedric runs up, goes for a Hurricane Rana off the top rope, but Styles catches him, hits that big Styles Clash off the rope for the win. So I think the feud, though, AJ and Cedric, I think at the end of the day, if AJ puts Cedric over for the title, I think then this would all be worth it.
It might all be worth it in the end.
Because they deserve a proper match. It's not on that pre-show, so
it's a good point.
They're still keeping them together here, or else why would they fight tonight? So I don't know.
It's a good point. Yeah, I agree. Let's keep these guys going. U.S. title always has something. It needs to do something. Always,
But then we roll along. We go to a segment with Truth and Carmella. They're taking a tour in Tennessee, which is where we are tonight, at the prestigious Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. When guess who? The mayor of Knox County, Kane, shows up, and Truth is like, "Don't I know you?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Magic Johnson." He's like, "Oh." And he's like, "Oh no, wait, Larry Bird." But yeah, he's like, "No, I'm Knox County Mayor Glenn Jacobs." So on behalf of his constituency, he's honored to have him here, and he wants to take him on a tour. So Truth is all pumped up. He's like, "Ooh, presidential ride, let's go." He keeps calling the president.
Carmella can't help but laugh every single one of these segments. It's like she knows he's going to be dumb, and she's still...
Is she supposed to be laughing? Or
I don't know. I feel like she's supposed to be serious, but...
Yeah.
You know, they don't have. I feel like they don't have enough time to film these segments, so they're always like, "Yeah, that's good enough. Let's go. Good enough."
So we'll get more of them later, but here we have the most anticipated match for me of the night. I thought this could have been the main event, but here it is in the first hour of the show: the King of the Ring finals. Baron Corbin taking on Chad Gable.
We were supposed to get this the night before. You're right. It would have been way too long. The show the other night would have been way too long.
Yeah, I mean, I see why they did it.
This was the right. This was the right move to do. I think there was a little bit of a leg angle. I think Corbin's right leg.
There was one thing that was funny. I had to send it because during the entrance they did a little promo for Kit Kat. And then the K's and Kit Kat lined up right beside the K in King of the Ring, so it was like KKK. It was just a very unfortunate accident.
That was a very bad placement of image graphics.
I should have posted it on Reddit. I could have got some big karma, but too late. Anyways, yeah, we get the match. Lots of good heel heat for Corbin. The David versus Goliath story here. They gave Gable's finisher, or the when he does that super tall German suplex into a bridge. They call it something else now. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, new name. Love it.
Yeah, it's like his finisher, but anyways, Gable's running outside the ring. Corbin gives him a big back body drop into the timekeeper area. Looked pretty rough. He hits the huge deep six. Gable kicks out. He gets that rolling German, the ankle lock. Crowd's going nuts, hoping that Corbin's going to tap out. But he gets to the ropes, and then eventually Gable goes for like some swinging move. We get this big twirly lucha transition into the end of days. So Corbin pins him to become the 2019 King of the Ring.
The end of the end of the days.
The end of the tournament. But no, once again, Baron Corbin. This is probably the best match of his career, and would have loved to see Gable win, but Corbin's won me over this tournament this past month. He hasn't put on a bad match, so.
Yeah, it's
yeah, the whole tournament was a success, I'd say. Fuck King Corbin still.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the only you're just looking at those two results, right? Gable, put the shine on, put the light on the shining star. Corbin, someone who's already had the shining star put onto him anyways. King Corbin feels like the way to go.
As long as they keep Gable on TV after this, keep him booked, keep him looking good.
King heel instead of King face. Still feels the way to go. I'd love to see this tournament again next year.
Yeah, I think with the response has been pretty good. I think they'll do it, and I think they'll probably
do a Queen of the Ring. Like I can maybe see that happening maybe in the interim. So this time next year. Yeah, exactly. Put 6 months away from each other. Maybe build that up towards that main match, that Survivor Series or something or maybe not.
Yeah,
something else a little bit later.
One thing that was kind of weird, after weeks of touching the crown, he didn't touch it after winning here. He just kind of approached the throne and stood in front of it. And you're like, well, tomorrow night we'll have the coronation. So.
Like, okay, good.
Yeah, he just stood in front and posed. He's like, oh. So that was the closing shot. So we'll get that tomorrow night.
We'll get that next night.
But then we go backstage. The Street Profits are hosting Maria Kanellis' gender reveal party for the baby.
I did not like this.
Yeah, it's pretty stupid. She's like, it's a boy, and they all congratulate Mike, and then Maria's like, no, the true father is Ricochet, and then everyone's like, oh shit.
Everyone's like, oh fuck, Ricochet's back in this match.
Yeah, so Mike's all pissed off. Ricochet's like, dude, she's obviously lying. I would never. I mean, not that I wouldn't, but so Mike smacks him, tells him to meet him in the ring. So we get Mike Kanellis versus Ricochet. Ricochet still trying to tell him, like, come on, man, I don't want to do this. But he has to defend himself, so he hits the recoil, gets the quick win. Renee says Mike just got his ass kicked by his own baby daddy. I think Corey Graves called him a beta cuck at one point. And he literally, those words. In 2019, that's what you hear on WWE.
Beta cuck. Can't show blood, but can't show blood, but you could say the word cuck.
So I know. So that's one. I'm not worried about sociopath, but that's one a kid could Google.
See, no, that's the thing. I think if you beta cuck, sociopath. Oh fuck. Okay, so
But-
of course Ricochet beats up Mike Kanellis, gets the pinfall, gets the 1-2-3. After the match, Maria comes up and says she lied. Ricochet's not the real father of her child. The real father is Rusev.
Oh yeah, they bring
What?
big return. Yeah. So and he's got a mustache now.
That's cool.
Uh,
He gets the matcha kick, which I
think he was-
forgot this was even a fucking storyline. I forgot this was even a story we were pushing.
What, Maria pregnancy?
It was like 2 months ago.
Yeah, I just thought it was for the 24/7 title.
I thought and I was like, yep, that works in this little gimmick
Yeah.
light.
But,
Which is, sure, okay. We've broken up Lana and Rusev again.
yeah, where's Lana in all this?
Who the fuck? Yeah, he's banging this
but-
bitch. He's not. Oh my god.
So, yeah, Mike, he's in a bit of dismay here. He doesn't want to fight. He's like, you know what? If you're the father at this point, I'm okay with it. Congrats. And then he tries to run away, and Rusev just beats him all around the ring as Maria looks on proudly. So, poor Mike.
Oh well.
Just another. Yeah. Then there's a quick little Firefly Funhouse return, and Bray's just kind of hanging pictures on the wall. All the people he's attacked: Jerry Lawler, Kurt Angle, Finn Balor, Mick Foley. All their eyes are crossed out. Yeah, he calls it his wall of friendship, but he's missing. He needs some more friends, so we know who.
We
And then
know
we return-
who.
And then we go back to Kane giving R-Truth the tour. Now they're at the Tennessee College Football Stadium. And then Kane brings over a cop who he wants to introduce, but it's revealed that he's been sworn in as a referee. So Truth
Whatever that means.
So Truth just tries to run away, but he runs into the goal post in the end zone. So Kane covers him for the 3 count to win the 24/7 championship. The first serving politician to win the title.
It's always a lot of firsts here.
A lot of firsts,
on Monday
pretty much
on
every
Monday Night
time,
Raw.
but,
I love it. Love it.
So Kane says, "I still got it," and he runs off with the belt into his waiting limo, I guess.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. It's not over yet, but we go back into the ring for some singles action. We got Rey Mysterio versus Cesaro. Cesaro cuts a promo on Rey before the match and says if Dominic ever shows up around here, he's going to do to him what he's going to do to you. So Rey gets mad, goes after him. Cesaro, I don't know what he was. He had a different attire on this week. It was like dark long pants and a black pink shoes. I don't know what was
Who
going
the
on.
hell knows?
But anyways, the match was fine. Crowd was into it. Eventually, Rey gets the 619, goes for a Hurricane Run off the top, but Cesaro catches him, lifts him up for a power bomb, but then Rey rolls through that into a sunset bomb for the win. So it was a good finishing sequence.
Yeah, the problem is that Cesaro can just pull off a great match with anybody and never win.
Yeah, but he loses. He does lose way too often. So yeah, it was a fun match for the crowd, but yeah, at the end of the day, it doesn't help.
Just so weird.
And then we go back to the Firefly Funhouse. Bray's hanging the crossed out picture of Seth on the wall, and then he just kind of smiles, and we get the flashes of the Fiend. So there you go.
There you go.
And then they talk. Oh my God! So adding on to that busy week, right after Hell in a Cell pay-per-view is when the draft takes
Oh,
place.
fuck this.
On that,
Mike, I'm done.
So-
I'm done. I'm
But
fucking
one
done.
good thing, it's official. The wild card rule is over. Michael Cole announced.
Oh,
He
good.
said there will be no wild card rules. There's going to be a hard line drawn in the sand.
Hard line? Really, WWE?
He didn't say
There will
hard
be
line.
a
I'm saying
hard line.
I'm saying that.
You're saying
That'll be the December pay-per-view. WWE hard line.
yeah. It's where it's where superstars are the one time a year they're allowed to cross the
Yeah,
line.
except for Survivor Series.
Except for
and
Survivor
Royal
Series
Rumble
and the Rumble.
and WrestleMania.
Yeah, they can cross it at WrestleMania for sure, and probably Money in the Bank
for
also.
the big ones. But I don't think they'll go back to individual pay-per-views. I think they'll just share the card like they do.
Yeah, certainly. I don't think that split pay per view thing, especially now. Yeah, I don't think it worked.
Yeah, no, not anymore. But
Not anymore.
So we go back into the ring. We got Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Good match. Yeah, like we said, Nikki and Alexa, they're good at just playing any opponent. They can play heels one week, faces the next.
And Alexa Bliss, she hurts her knee early on in the match, though. She has to head back. To
Yeah, so Bayley starts targeting it. She was like smacking her knee or ankle off the steel stairs and stuff. So, yeah, but Sasha and Bayley, they go to grab a chair at one point. I forget what happened. Oh yeah, but who won this match? I can't even. Oh yeah, so
Sasha
drags
Banks and
Bayley
Bayley win this match.
yeah, Sasha hit the backstabber into the bank statement, forcing Nikki to tap out. So maybe even putting them in line for a title shot. Those tag titles.
It's possible.
But Then after the match, Sasha goes and grabs a chair, but Becky comes out with a chair of her own to make the save. So her and Sasha have like this lightsaber duel clashing the chairs. But then Bayley comes in with a chair, outnumbering Becky. But then Charlotte comes out with a chair, or no, without a chair. So Bayley goes at her, but then Charlotte kicks the chair right in her face and then grabs it, smacks Bayley. Sasha eats some chair shots from Becky, so Charlotte and Becky stand tall.
Yeah, pretty much Charlotte and Becky stands tall. That's really what you need to know.
Chairs everywhere.
I mean, besides whatever the hell just happened, I thought this was great for Nikki Cross. Like, Nikki Cross held her own during the match. When Alexa Bliss had to go out, unfortunately, she gets to look strong, and then the match just kind of dissolves into whatever the hell it is. It's weird though, Sasha Banks and Bayley are still coming out on the losing end of these sort of scuffles over the last couple of weeks, right? Like, Sasha's back, right, and Bayley's a champ, but they always end up looking like the dumbasses in moments like these. But Lynch and Flair are always winning these types of situations.
Yeah, right after this, there's Sasha backstage all pissed off, and she challenges Becky to a rematch at Hell in a Cell and says, "Your move, bitch."
Great.
So once you
drop the B-bomb, it's game over.
You're allowed one B-bomb per women's feud. Each,
yeah. So
Each
Sasha, you just used yours.
Yeah, you used it early.
You used it early on, but if that's what you want to do, that's fine.
Yeah.
We got some more women's action, though.
Well, first we continue the Truth and Kane saga.
Ooh, right.
Kane's riding around in his limo, his mayoral limo, and he arrives at Raw. He's come to Raw. Big mistake. Truth's on the roof of the car.
That's literally where R-Truth works.
That's where the
place
whole
to
gang is
go.
just waiting.
Yeah.
But yeah, Truth was riding on the roof of the car. He hops off, rolls him up to win back the title. Kane goes to attack him, but he says, "Come on, man, you already mayor. You got enough to worry about. Let's go enjoy the show." So Kane's like, all right. And then just a little continuity. Backstage, Becky cuts a promo on Sasha and how she got a $10,000 fine for hitting the ref. So not nearly the egregious amount that Kevin Owens got.
Yeah.
But now Becky wants to destroy Sasha in Hell in a Cell. So we have a Hell in a Cell match for them. I'm pumped.
Perfect.
It makes sense. They couldn't contain them last time. There was too much chaos.
They're uncontainable.
Yeah. So between this, we get this in the cell. We get Bray and Seth in the cell. It's going to be a good pay-per-view.
Those are probably our 2 cell matches. Maybe they'll throw in one more. That'd be nice.
But I don't think they need to, but we'll see.
Probably not.
Moving on, something else nice. We got Lacey Evans here versus Dana Brooke. Dana, I'm always, of course, I love Lacey, but I'm always rooting for Dana. I like that she's working hard.
Yeah.
She comes in aggressive, looks all right, but Lacey fights back, hits this great-looking slingshot drop kick to Dana, and then she hits the woman's right, but she doesn't go for the pin. She pulls out the hanky, wipes herself off, throws it on Dana, and then locks in the sharpshooter, forcing Dana to give up. And I like the form Lacey did. She even put down the knee. I liked it better than Natty's. She locked into it even more, the sharpshooter. So there you go. I guess Lacey and Natty are gonna feud more.
I forgot about this one too. So that's my review.
Yeah, I'm just happy to see Lacey. So
We know you are. It's
she was in the semi-main event here.
There you go. Let's get on to the real main event.
Yeah, in a surprising role, Robert Roode. I guess the continuity is that Roode technically pinned Rollins at the pay-per-view, so he pinned the Universal Champion. So Seth Rollins versus Robert Roode in a singles match to see if Roode can really do it. Roode, he puts up an okay fight. Ziggler's outside being a nuisance, of course, but eventually Rollins hits the curb stomp on Roode, but Ziggler jumps in and attacks him, causing the DQ. So Seth fights back until the OC come out to outnumber him. So he's getting beat down by all 5 men until Kane's music hits. He comes out in his full gear with the mask. He starts running wild on everyone. He's standing tall. Kane's ready to go and do his classic pose and summon the fire when the lights start to shut down.
Who's there? Happy. We know the motherfucker was there.
See, this is how good the Fiend is. The crowd's already popping for Kane. They're happy to see Kane. And then the Fiend shows up. They're even more. Yeah, beat the shit out of this guy.
Even louder pop for the Fiend. Of course, he comes in. He gives that mandible claw, I think, to the big red.
He knocks out
the big red
the
machine.
Other demon. Yeah. So then he starts crawling towards Seth and gets right in his face, laughing at him with the mind games. And Seth is just kind of sitting there shocked. And then a messed up version of Firefly Funhouse plays at the end with like all these weird effects going on.
That was pretty cool. The
different
music. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm digging. It was a good ending to Raw, and we're already hyped for this match.
And man,
it's
like,
kind of nice that the pay-per-view is only 3 weeks away. We don't have to wait too long.
we don't have to wait too long, exactly. But who else can he take out in this? I mean, I can't think of somebody who's been given not only this incredible, creatively, the creative freedom to do whatever, but the presentation, the graphics, the song, taking out all the legends. Like, can you think of someone who's gotten a repackaged to this degree?
Yeah, no, it's certainly going very, very well for him, and the fans all agree.
The fans all, we're all on board.
They agree with us.
We're all on board, and with such a amazing way to end Monday Night Raw, how's SmackDown even gonna compete?
Well, they try their best.
They always
We'll
try.
see what they can do.
They always try their best. Let's move on to SmackDown Live. I think it's about time.
Yeah.
Live from fucking somewhere. I think we're in Atlanta, but I think we just kick off right with some action. We're getting some New Day versus Revival and the Ran Man. This six-man tag that we've seen a little bit over the past couple weeks.
No, it is. It's fun though to just jump right in with a match. Sometimes doesn't happen too often. So, the match was fine. Kofi. I don't remember any specific spots.
Not a single one.
Other than the ending, Kofi hits Trouble in Paradise on Dawson for the win. But then as the New Day are celebrating, Brock Lesnar comes out.
And the crowd didn't realize it. Did you notice this too?
It took him a second.
It took him a second to realize.
They did pop after.
Like, bree, bree.
Yeah, I think they were just surprised. Like, wait a minute.
Dun, 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 dun.
On SmackDown?
On SmackDown, what is this? Brock Lesnar on SmackDown Live here. Brock Lesnar comes out, with the Penguin.
The Penguin Paul.
The Penguin Paul Heyman, of course, he comes out, and then once the crowd figures out what the fuck's going on, everyone's stoked.
Like, ooh, we know where this is going.
Heyman, comes out, says his thing, and he's all like, "Yuck, SmackDown Live moves to Friday. Brock Lesnar's taking the belt, bro." And
the premiere on Fox. Let's have a big match.
The premiere on Fox. And Kofi, like we were saying before, that resilient, smart champion who's been booked real well all his whole reign. He says, of course. Of course, I'll accept that challenge. And, and just for being there, he eats an F5, just for his trouble.
Yeah.
Just for his troubles.
And so this will be Brock's first TV match in 15 years.
Not only that, Fox has its marquee matchup for the event.
Yeah, and I think this is the match. This is the time.
Yeah.
To drop. It's at the point where I'm ready. I'm happy this could be good for Brock.
I'm ready. I think maybe in the past we weren't anti-Brock. Maybe we were like anti-Brock on Raw.
Yeah,
because he kept
just the whole Universal title scene was so damn stale. It was just Brock, Roman, Brock.
He kept coming back, and he lost it, and then he came back, and it was just like, fuck, dude. Like, there's other people on Raw who should be doing shit. But who knows, right? I mean, even with this, Fox, I don't know the exact numbers, but we know they paid a shitload of money for this, right? Maybe somewhere in the WWE financials now, suddenly Brock Lesnar may do more television appearances.
Yeah, and I think that Fox does have some creative input. They'd be like, we want Brock Lesnar on our show. And
now that
we want him to be the marquee. He's holding the title for the next while.
And Brock is now off, or he's out of, the UFC mixed martial arts picture. So this is kind of his only job now, right? I think
SmackDown show up a couple times a month.
I think it doesn't have to be every week. I'm just saying a couple times a month.
Even every 2 or 3 weeks would be good.
Every 2 or 3 weeks. We go backstage next though. Michael Cole is conducting an exclusive.
The old sit down. Yeah, I prefer the sit-down interview to the split-screen interview.
Me too, 100%. It makes it feel more like it's a really happening, not just edited together. So Michael Cole is interviewing Eric Rowan just to be like, yo, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, what's going on? Why is Luke Harper here?
Why is Luke Harper here? He says, well, if you want to talk to Luke Harper, fucking ask Luke Harper. Like, do you want to sit down and talk to me? I'm not your puppet. Mike.
And he's like, why'd you attack Roman, though? He's like, I was just trying to scare him. And then Cole's like, you tried to kill him!
He says at one point, he's like, well, some might say that what you did was attempted manslaughter or something like that. I was like, what? Well, no, this is wrestling. Like, they attempted manslaughter.
Right. Come on, they hit each other with hammers
every single day.
Yeah. Some people's finishers are literally like just trying to kill him.
Just literally, how do I land you on your neck? What's the best way for you to land on your neck?
Yeah. So Rowan's offended. He's not a leader, or he's a leader, not a follower. So blah blah. Yeah, that's your interview.
There's your interview. He says in one funny point, though, he's like, everyone's going to learn to never disrespect me. And I'm just like, you lost in 6 seconds, bro. At WrestleMania, like, you...
But to The Rock, though. The Rock.
You know, I feel like I could at least put up 7.
Yeah. All right, then we get some in-ring action. Ali versus Nakamura. And, of course, Sami Zayn out here again to narrate.
Of course.
But we don't even get the match. Both men just jump Ali and beat him up. Nakamura hits the Kinshasa. So this happens to Ali a lot. He's been in a lot of matches that don't get to start.
Yeah, he has the least amount of...
like Samoa Joe and...
yeah, he has the least amount of in-ring time bell to bell because the bell's never going off.
And then we cut backstage to Shane McMahon. He receives some sort of letter. And then we go to Kevin Owens. He's sitting in the crowd as a fan. So Shane comes out with a bunch of security and he's like, all right, come on. We got to address this piece of paper I have. It's a wrongful termination lawsuit for $25 million.
Wow.
So him and Owens, they both argue about the case. And Owens says, this is about a lot more than money. And I have a legitimate case. But there's also a clause in it where if I win, I get to fire Shane McMahon.
So does that mean this is a match again now?
Well, this is court. Like, I don't know. This
like,
is a lawsuit,
so
right?
he meant win in court. Oh, I thought he meant win a match. Oh
No,
my God! There's going to be like some gimmick match where it's.
I want to see a court episode.
Yeah, like a judge.
Like its own theme music.
like it's a, if you win the match, the judge will jury of your own peers or something.
I don't know how it's going to play out. We already had a murder angle. Now we have a divorce angle.
Yeah,
But-
divorce court. That's
Yeah.
what Renee.
$25
That's what
million.
Renee Young's going to be doing on Fox. She's going to be handling the reality daytime court show, WWE
I
court
can picture
show.
her wearing that black robe.
Yeah.
Just smiling in the crowd, just yelling at people, berating them.
This feud has overstayed its welcome, and I don't think I'm alone in saying
I
that.
thought we were done with it
I thought
like
we
a
were
week or
done
two
with
ago.
this last fucking Hell in a Cell. Oh my Lord.
Yeah, I don't like how far. Like, what's the end game here? Shane gonna get fired? Is Owens gonna get fired? We already thought he was fired. I don't know.
I don't know. Put Owens in a match with somebody else though.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna go the angle of Owens going to NXT. It seemed like that was a possibility.
Well, it still could be.
Still could be. Tonight's
That's
the
tonight.
premiere.
Tonight's the premiere. Right. I'm not watching it tonight, but
No, I probably won't.
I'll probably watch it at one point.
I'll watch it before next week.
Yeah. There's a Velveteen Dream title match. So
Yeah, versus Rod. I have to see if the prophecy.
exactly.
Roderick Strong.
Woo.
But all right. Then we go. We had a little. AOP had a promo.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I
So
forgot
they were-
about them.
They were speaking in a different language and they had subtitles. So I'm wondering, how come they never tried this with like Asuka or any of those other?
I don't know. This was also our second like pre-taped, not like a sit down interview / promo thing. The split screen feels weird. Sometimes when they're just talking to the camera, that also feels weird.
I don't really remember anything that they actually said. It was probably just.
Oh, it was just like
we are gone. We are back.
yeah. It was just like we fight around the world. We get paid to fight. That kind of
Fighting around the world.
Fighting around the world, which is that's pretty much all it was. That's pretty much all it was.
All right. Well, let's get back into the ring where we had hip hop artist Offset.
You said that like my
you know this guy?
mom. Hip
I don't
hop
know this guy.
artist.
Your mom listens to him?
No. You sounded like my mom when you said that. You said
Well, yeah, I was trying to be very
hip-hop
WWE about it.
artist.
What am I supposed to say? Here tonight, we got Offset in the house.
Nah, everyone know. If you listen to the Shoot Brothers Wrestling podcast, you know who
Do you know
Offset
Offset?
is.
I don't know Offset. Maybe I
Offset
do if I
from
heard a song.
Migos. Offset, the man who wrote the Ric Flair drip, "Go Woo on a Bitch" song.
I think I've heard of
Ah,
that.
you've heard
in
it.
like a mean manner.
You're trying to be too cool. You've heard it.
No, I've heard it. It's like the Harlem Shake to me, I've never listened to the whole song.
I've never heard it. I just know it exists.
Yeah, like I know what the Harlem Shake is, but I wouldn't listen to the whole thing, Anyways, this Offset guy.
Which is why they
He
were
was
in
here.
Atlanta, yeah, because Migos is definitely ATL
Okay.
based.
He had the robe on. He was all pumped. He was doing an introduction for Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was going to rap for her on the way out, but no, he just introduced her.
I just introduced her, that's all he has to do.
All right.
Okay.
So, yeah, and the reason that he introduced her is because she has a match, Charlotte Flair versus Sasha Banks. And this was a great match, I thought. Good TV match here. They've had plenty of battles in the past, but it's been a while, so it's always a good time with them.
Yeah, it's funny. So how does this one work? This is a DQ. This is a DQ finish at one point. I think Bailey comes out.
Yeah, Bailey's out there.
Fucks with
Charlotte hits a big moonsault onto the both of them,
and then Carmella. Carmella comes up and she gets the save.
She saves Bailey and so I don't know. I guess Carmella needs something to do when she can't be around Truth all the time. So
yeah, it's funny. This match, it almost felt like, if this match was to get Carmella back in the ring, great. And the match, I feel like the match in the ring though was too good to introduce a character back in.
Yeah,
does that make sense? I was like, oh shit, this was a really good match. I wish this would have ended. But we got to get Carmella back into the mix anyways. Of course, I don't think we saw Becky Lynch at all this show, which is kind of rare.
She's supposed to not be on.
Well, she's supposed to not be on any of them.
Yeah. Well, soon the hard line is being drawn.
That's what you say. Except for WrestleMania Survivor Series.
Yes. So there you go. Maybe next week we'll probably get a tag match with Carmella and Charlotte against them.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that again.
But it's time for the official coronation. Of King Corbin, the 2019 King of the Ring winner. They play some royal music. There's some handler out there to put the royal cape and crown on him. Then he grabs the microphone to cut a royal promo. As his first act of king, he wants to recognize his opponent from last night, Chad Gable. So Gable comes down to the ring, and then Corbin just starts making all these short jokes about him,
Classic Corbin.
So Gable's had enough, though. He takes Corbin down through the throne, destroying it, which is great. And then Gable just proceeds to trash the rest of the gear. He rips the coat up in part, and then the grand finale, he stomps on the crown, destroying it. So it lasted a day. So King Corbin.
Poor Corbin.
Yeah. So there you go. He's still the king, but he doesn't have his gear. So maybe this means the feud can continue and Gable can get a win over him.
Yeah, hopefully, right? And it's going to be a weird thing to book, right? It's having these guys now go into a feud, but in theory, the King of the Ring should be winning a little bit, right? The King of the Ring should be put into a shot, maybe get a title opportunity. So we don't really want him to lose to Chad Gable.
Yeah, we don't know. I don't know where they're going to go.
Yeah, who knows where they're going to go, but hopefully wherever it is means more Chad Gable every week, Tuesday, Monday, whatever it might be.
Yeah, Fridays.
Oh, Fridays. Fuck. Oh.
Well, we don't know where he'll end up.
Monday and Friday? That's so dumb.
Yeah, our whole format of our
whole format's going to change. Oh my god, Mike. Let's move on to some tag action.
Yeah, we got the Heavy Machinery versus the B Team. Otis with a slight new look now. He was wearing just trunks, no top part.
Yeah, that was weird.
I guess after last week when he pulled down the straps, I guess that was the official. Like, no more. So I get it. He wants to expose that great physique of his.
Oh my god.
The big belly there, they're loving it. We got the Caterpillar, we got the Compactor, Heavy Machinery get the pretty easy win. They're just kind of floating around, I guess, for now, but the crowd loves Otis. So
yeah, this is great, and it's nice to have him go over on actual people.
Yeah, it's better than the two
just
local ones,
the two whatever. There you go. I mean, Otis could be a breakout star. He's got that Rikishi. He's got that Rikishi vibe already.
Yeah, and he's got so much charisma. Like, he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would get nervous
No.
Like, he's just out there. He's ready the crowd. He feeds off of it. Mm-hmm. He's doing the Ultimate Warrior rope shaking at one point. It was great.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to watch. It's main event time, though. We were told all night. Daniel Bryan is coming back to talk to us about his former best friend, Eric Rowan.
Yeah, he was very hurt.
He was.
Eric Rowan.
Imagine having your friend betray your trust like that, Mike.
Yeah. Bryan, he says, good or bad, I never lied to you people. You might not like what he said or what he did, but he was not a liar.
You people.
You people.
What do you mean, you people?
You non-recyclers.
Ah, right.
The non-green binners.
The non-eco-friendly people, yeah.
Yeah. So he's talking about Eric Rowan, and shortly after, Rowan comes out to interrupt, saying, Bryan, you just want to be a puppet. So Bryan says, if you feel disrespected, then do something about it. That's better than lying and betraying me. Do something!
Do something!
So he gets in the ring, but then Luke Harper jumps him from behind, and they go to beat down on him until Roman Reigns comes out to make the save. But Bryan's already beat, so they can't help. So Harper and Rowan get the better of Roman Reigns, and they just beat him up all over the place. They rip the mats off the floor, exposing the concrete underneath. But then security comes out to stop them, so the security guys get slammed onto the floor.
The hard concrete.
The hard concrete. And then Eric Rowan literally just tears a piece of the barricade off and just nails Reigns with it.
He starts just pulling shit off from places.
They just started ripping everything apart.
Things apart that I didn't know were able to be ripped apart that way.
Yeah, there's like the top of the ring and the pieces, and then eventually Bryan gets a double choke slam through the announce table, leaving Harper and Rowan standing tall to close the show. So I guess we're gonna get a tag match with these four guys.
Yeah, it's rare for two dudes to be booked this way. I find, right, like that absolutely unstoppable prey on destruction.
Yeah,
you know, like that. That's Brock Lesnar booking right there. That's not fucking two random schmoes. I hope we don't lead this to a match, because what happens? This is like the Roman Reigns life cycle, right? Is that like something like he gets the shit kicked out of him on television, and then he wins a pay-per-view.
Usually, yeah.
Usually, this is the Roman Reigns like way of doing it, right? If this means that Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns are going to be friends one day, maybe that's what this is going to have to mean.
I think they're leading towards. I think they want us. I think Bryan has nothing to do with it now. It has been Harper and Rowan,
and well, then it brings us that next question, right? Like, how much booking is Raw and SmackDown trying to do before this draft, this hardline draft? Yeah. Right, if Fox wants certain people, let's say Fox, you know, and by that same token doesn't want certain people, right? You know, I mean, it's all kind of possible, right?
No blacks.
Jesus Christ!
Not me. That's the Fox president.
That's the president of Fox.
That's why they want Kofi to drop the
They're
title
different
to
things.
Brock.
You know, Fox News isn't Fox Sports. You know that, right?
Oh, okay.
They're different.
There's a lot of NFL athletes.
Different
they love
things.
NFL.
Very different things.
Anyway, whatever they do, I just hope that they keep him as Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. None of this Bludgeon Brothers bullshit. No sledgehammer toys.
Mm-hmm.
Just let him be Harper and Rowan. No Bludgeon Brothers. You know.
Yeah, that's fine. Harper and Rowan.
Don't even address the Bludgeon Brothers. They never existed.
Yeah, we don't need additional, you know, gimmicks for them. Yeah. You know, sure, they're both wearing camo pants. Great. That's all. That's all we need. I think
they both wear heavy metal shirts. That's how they.
Great. Yeah, we don't need anything else. We don't need yeah. And there you have it. That's how we close out this week's SmackDown.
Yeah. That was your SmackDown.
It was another great show after my favorite pay-per-view ever.
It has been a consistent, solid couple months where there really hasn't been too much bad episodes of Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know, there's some weird parts like a gender reveal party every so often.
Yeah, but... you know, of course. But yeah, for the most part, things have been going well, and I'm already looking forward to Hell in a Cell just based on the two big matches.
I'm already looking forward to it, Mike. You know what I'm looking forward to right now, though? My favorite part of our weekly show. It's our Wrestler of the Week.
It's the Wrestler of the Week. Wrestler of the Week. Of the Week. Of the Week. The Wrestler of the Week. Of the Week. Of the Week. Wrestler of the Week. Of the Week. Of the Week. The Wrestler of the Week.
Mike, I'm just gonna tell you who my Wrestler of the Week is, because it's just probably it was the most excitement I got watching wrestling this week. Was just the Fiend, man. Like, he comes out and I'm just I kid you not, like, Matt's having a nap or something in his room and I am full voice cheering on my couch.
Just marking out.
Just marking the fuck out over this guy. I love this guy. Everything he's doing is so much fun. And the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, you're my dude.
Yeah, great choice. Great choice with the Fiend. My guy, I never would have thought I would have picked this guy, but he's been doing well lately. I'm gonna give him props. The King of the Ring.
The King of the Ring.
Baron Corbin.
Wow.
Not because he won the King.
This is a Shoot Brothers lifeline landmark. Oh my God.
Recognition, yeah. At the end of the, we'll have a most improved category, and he's a top contender.
That's true.
For the shooties.
For the shooties, I mean, of course, folks at home, the shooties, our year-end award show. We're taking recommendations of what the category should be. There's already going to be so many of these things going on. It's our longest show.
Even non-wrestling, we're going to have album of the year.
We're gonna have, best movie goes to Fighting with My Family.
Best animated feature.
Yeah, best animated feature. Baron Corbin and the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, our wrestlers of the week, folks. That's all the time that we have. That's all the time we have for this week.
That's it.
That's all the time for this week in professional wrestling.
Yeah.
You know what, folks? The NXT show starts tonight. We're only a couple weeks away from this crazy shit that we got to plan and talk about.
The AEW debut.
The debut, the Friday nights.
pay-per-views.
Folks, you know where to find us. You can rate, review, like, and subscribe to the show. Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, YouTube, we're up there. Wherever you listen to podcasts, we're probably on that subscription service.
Yes. And if we're not, write them a letter.
And write them a letter and say, God damn it, we need more shooting in our lives.
Shoot,
brothers. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Mike, you
All
enjoy
right.
the rest of your afternoon. Folks at home, thanks for listening. We'll see.
How's that Ultimate team going?
Oh, the hut. The hut's been working on it.
The Hut Talk.
I think we're working on the hut right now in the other room as we speak.
Nice.
So
you doing the challenges? You keeping up?
We're keeping up.
See, what I'm thinking is, I think the icons are the thing to go for,
Go for the icons.
because those are permanent.
Okay. Okay. We'll go. We'll.
Legends. Anyway.
Okay. We'll take that. We'll keep that in mind. I'll let you know next week how the team's doing.
All right, we'll have a Hut Talk update.
Hut talk. Ooh, that one's gonna be fun to say, folks. Thanks for listening. You guys have a great week.